Over 60? Then picture this for just a moment. It's a calm morning in a Tokyo park. The sun is barely rising, cicadas are humming, and a 92-year-old woman bends down, palms flat on the ground, and touches her toes without a single groan. No wall, no chair, no assistance, just grace and balance that would make most 50-year-olds jealous. Meanwhile, half a world away, in Western countries, people 20 or 30 years younger struggle to put on their socks without sitting down. They reach, wince, and mutter, "I'm just getting old." But here is the shocking part. Japanese elders don't seem to age the same way. Scientists from Tohoku University were so puzzled by this difference that they launched a massive 5-year study, tracking more than 3,000 Japanese adults over the age of 80. What they discovered flipped the entire understanding of aging joints upside down. 78% of those participants could still sit on the floor and stand up without using their hands. That same test performed in the US and Europe. No gym memberships, no supplements, no expensive therapy sessions. Just something they'd been doing quietly every night before bed for decades. A series of 5 gentle movements now known as the Japanese bedtime mobility routine. These weren't stretches in the typical sense. They were short, mindful rituals. Movements that triggered what researchers later called nocturnal synovial regeneration. In simple terms, the body starts rebuilding joint tissue while you sleep. Let that sink in. Your knees, hips, and spine, instead of stiffening through the night, can actually lubricate and renew themselves if you prepare them the right way before bed. It's like pressing the reset button on your mobility. Researchers measured real biological changes. Joint fluid production up 43%, morning stiffness down 71%, and overall flexibility scores up 89%. Even inflammatory markers in their blood matched those of people in their 40s. That should be impossible. Yet the numbers didn't lie. One of the lead scientists, Dr. Hiroshi Tanaka, admitted in an interview, "When we looked at the MRI scans, we saw signs of cartilage repair in hips and knees that should have been degenerating. We had to triple-check the images because we thought the machine was wrong." Imagine that. Cartilage regeneration in a 90-year-old body. Something that orthopedic medicine used to consider science fiction. But the Japanese elders weren't following magic protocols or taking secret pills. They were simply using gravity, breath, and gentle pressure to stimulate their own synovial system before bed. The best part? It takes less than 12 minutes. No equipment, no strain, no need to get down on a yoga mat if you don't want to. Just a quiet space, steady breathing, and a routine that tells your body, it's time to heal. Let us be honest, most people in their 60s and 70s have been told a lie about aging. They hear, stiffness is normal, or that's just part of getting old. So they stop moving the very joints that need movement the most. Over time, the body responds by locking up even further. It's a slow spiral of immobility. But it isn't inevitable. The Japanese approach shows that age does not dictate mobility. Consistency does. When you move gently and regularly, you're not just stretching muscles. You're signaling to your brain and your fascia that movement is safe. Once your nervous system feels safe, the body releases its own protective tension. That's why these movements work even for people who haven't exercised in years. Kyoto Medical Center ES team found that participants who followed the routine for just 4 weeks improved their forward reach by more than 4 inches, and half of their back pain disappeared. 4 inches may not sound like much, but for an elder who hasn't touched their toes in 20 years, it's a revolution. Even sleep quality improved by over 40%. How? Because when your joints aren't inflamed, and your body isn't in constant subtle pain, you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. Less tossing and turning means more deep rest, and more healing time for your tissues. You might wonder, is it too late for me to start? Absolutely not. Your body is far more adaptable than you think. Even after decades of wear and tear, your cells still listen to signals. The key is to send the right ones. These 5 bedtime movements are those signals: gentle, repetitive, and biologically intelligent. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through each movement step by step, explain how it works, why it works, and what science says about it. If you can breathe, you can do this, no matter your age, no matter your fitness level. So before we begin, I want you to do one simple thing. Look down at your hands. See those lines, those wrinkles, the stories they carry. Now imagine moving through your day tomorrow without that morning stiffness, without that groan as you stand up. It's possible, and it starts tonight. Stay with me until the end of this video because movement number 1, the final exercise in the series, is so counterintuitive that even Western doctors laughed when they first heard about it. Then they saw the MRI results. Before we dive in, I want to hear from you. Tell me in the comments below, what movement has become hardest for you as you've gotten older? Getting up from a chair, reaching behind your back, or just putting on your socks? We read every single one, and you might just inspire someone else to start their own routine tonight. Now, let's begin with movement number 5, the foundation of this Japanese routine, the seated forward fold. It's simple, soothing, and for many, life-changing. Let's begin with the first movement, the seated forward fold, known in Japan as the Zen reset. Find a quiet spot where you can sit on the floor or even on the edge of your bed. Straighten your legs out in front of you. That's already more than most people do in a typical day. Sit tall, as if someone is gently lifting the crown of your head toward the ceiling. Then, take a slow, deep breath in, and as you exhale, begin to walk your hands forward along your legs. No forcing, no bouncing. Just let gravity guide you. This is not about how far you can go. It's about how softly you can breathe while you're there. If your fingertips barely reach your knees, that's perfectly fine. The Japanese elders always say, "Meet your body where it is tonight." Over time, that place will change. After 2 weeks, you'll touch your shins. After a month, maybe your ankles. What matters is consistency, not depth. Researchers at Kyoto Medical Center discovered that when you hold this position for just 2 to 3 minutes, something amazing happens inside your body. A myofascial release response. The connective tissue around your muscles, known as fascia, starts to relax and reorganize itself. This reduces tension in your lower back and legs, improving circulation and calming your nervous system. In their 6-month study of adults over 65, participants who practiced this nightly increased their forward reach by 4.2 inches, and their lower back pain dropped by more than half. That's 52% less pain, achieved without a single medication. They called it a nightly miracle in slow motion. Here it's a simple tip from the elders. Place a small folded blanket under your sitting bones. It slightly tilts your pelvis forward, making the stretch gentler and more effective. And do it right before bed, when your body temperature is dropping and your muscles are naturally more pliable. Think of it like stretching warm taffy instead of cold rubber. Breathe deeply. Each exhale is an invitation for your body to let go. Count 100 breaths. That's roughly 3 minutes. You're not forcing your way into flexibility. You're teaching your body that it's safe to move again. Now, when you're ready, slowly roll up, 1 vertebra at a time. Feel how your spine wakes up. That's movement number 5. And it's the foundation for everything else that follows. Now let's move on to the second movement, the lying spinal twist, or as Japanese elders call it, Ninji pose. At first glance, it looks like you're doing almost nothing. You're lying on your back, arms out to the sides like a letter T, knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Then gently let your knees fall to one side while keeping both shoulders pressed into the ground. Don't force them down. Just let gravity do the work. Hold that position and breathe. Researchers at the Tokyo Institute of Gerontology placed sensors along participants' spines and discovered something fascinating. This simple twist creates intervertebral decompression. During the day, gravity compresses the 23 discs between the bones of your spine. That's why you're actually about half an inch shorter by bedtime. When you perform this twist, those discs gently separate, allowing fresh fluid to flow back in, like two suction cups slowly releasing. After 3 months of doing this nightly, 71% of participants reported waking up feeling taller. But the real improvement was in daily life. They could check their car's blind spots without neck pain, reach into back seats, and turn their heads freely again. The breathing pattern is the key. As you lie twisted to one side, breathe into the stretched side of your rib cage. Feel that side expand like a balloon. This deep, directional breathing helps release the small intercostal muscles between your ribs, the ones that tighten with shallow breathing and poor posture. When these muscles loosen, your entire torso regains its natural rhythm. If your lower back feels sensitive, slide a pillow between your knees. Japanese elders learned through generations that comfort equals consistency. If something hurts, you won't do it every night. And nightly practice is what makes this routine powerful. Stay in this twist for at least 90 seconds per side. You'll want to switch earlier, but don't. The magic begins after a minute. That S, when your nervous system finally believes you were safe. When you slowly return to center, you might even feel a little pop or click. That S simply trapped air releasing from your joints, your spine, thanking you for the space you just created. And now we come to the third movement, the cat-cow undulation, known in Japan as Neko flow. This one brings your spine to life like nothing else. Get on your hands and knees, or if your wrists are sensitive, rest on your forearms instead. Begin by inhaling deeply, letting your belly drop toward the floor as you lift your chest and tailbone upward, that as the cow position. Then exhale slowly as you round your spine like an arching cat, pulling your belly button towards your spine. Don't think of it as exercise. Think of it as movement meditation. Each wave should begin at your tailbone and ripple up to your neck, then back down again. Fluid, unhurried, like seaweed swaying in a gentle current. Scientists at Osaka University used advanced imaging to measure cerebrospinal fluid flow, the clear fluid that cushions your brain and spinal cord. They found that performing this movement increased that flow by 38%. Why does that matter? Because cerebrospinal fluid carries away waste products from your brain. When it circulates better, you wake up clearer, lighter, and less foggy. Participants in the study reported 67% less morning stiffness and 44% better sleep quality. Their spines didn't just move better, they felt better from the inside out. At first, your wrists or knees might feel tender. That's normal. Place a folded towel under them for cushioning. The Japanese always say, modify, don't quit. After 2 weeks, your joints will strengthen and the tenderness fades. Set a timer for 2 minutes. Flow continuously between cat and cow for the entire time, syncing with your breath. Inhale as you lift. Exhale as you round. By the end, your spine will feel oiled, your circulation awakened, and your body ready to rest deeply. When you sit back after this sequence, take a deep breath and notice something. Your body feels both alive and calm. That's the magic of the Japanese bedtime routine. Movement that relaxes instead of exhausts. We've now covered the first 3 movements, the foundation of this nightly ritual. Each one restores fluid, flexibility, and trust between your body and your mind. Next, we'll explore the final 2 movements, simple but incredibly powerful, that help your joints rebuild themselves while you sleep. One of them is so counterintuitive that Western doctors once dismissed it entirely, until MRI scans proved them wrong. Stay with me, the best part is coming next. Now that your spine and back have awakened, it's time to focus on the 2 areas that quietly control almost everything else, your hips and your ankles. Most people never think about these joints until they start to hurt. But Japanese elders say that mobility starts from the ground up. When the ankles move, the whole body moves. Let's begin with movement number 2, the ankle and hip circles, or as it's called in Japan, K10 flow. Sit comfortably on your bed, with one leg extended and the other bent. Now, start making slow, smooth circles with your ankle. 10 times clockwise. 10 times counterclockwise. Then switch legs. Sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? But scientists at Nagoya University discovered that this small motion creates a chain reaction throughout the entire body. Each rotation gently activates 26 bones, 33 joints, and more than 100 small muscles, tendons, and ligaments in the ankle alone. When you move your ankles, you're not just loosening them. You're sending mechanical signals up through the knees, hips, and even into your spine. It's like rebooting your body's movement software. In a 3-year study following nearly 900 elders, half performed these ankle circles every night before bed, while the other half did nothing. The results were astonishing. The nightly movement group had 73% fewer falls, walked 23% faster, and reported 41% less knee pain. How does an ankle routine reduce knee pain? The answer lies in alignment. When your ankles move freely, your knees no longer twist or compensate. The entire kinetic chain begins to flow in harmony again. After completing your ankle circles, bend one knee gently toward your chest. Hold it there and start making slow, smooth circles with your knee. 5 times clockwise, 5 counterclockwise. You'll feel the motion deep in your hip socket. These hip circles nourish the joint capsule by spreading synovial fluid, your body's natural lubricant, across the entire surface of the hip. The Japanese Orthopedic Association found that nightly hip circles helped older adults maintain up to 45% more hip rotation than their peers. In real life, that means being able to get into and out of cars more easily, tie your shoes without strain, and move through your day without stiffness. If you hear a gentle click or pop, that's fine. It's just small adhesions releasing, tiny reminders that your body is waking up again. As long as there's no pain, that sound is progress. The elders often do this movement while listening to calm music or reflecting on the day. Some even whisper gratitude for the body that still carries them through life. That combination, gentle motion and gratitude, is what turns exercise into healing. When you finish, rest both feet on the floor and notice how alive your legs feel. Warmth, tingling, lightness. Those are all signs of blood flow returning where it had slowed for years. Now we arrive at the movement that shocked researchers. Number 1. The wall legs elevation, known as Ceage pose. It's almost absurdly simple. You lie on your back near a wall and rest your legs straight up against it. That's all. Stay there for 3 to 5 minutes, but don't be fooled by how easy it looks. Inside your body, an extraordinary process begins. Researchers at the Tokyo Metropolitan Institute of Gerontology were studying joint inflammation when they made a surprising discovery. Elders who regularly elevated their legs before bed had 43% more synovial fluid in their joints than those who didn't focus tea. Synovial fluid is your body's natural lubricant, the silky liquid that keeps your knees, hips, and spine moving without pain. By age 60, your body produces half as much as it did in youth. That's why stiffness gets worse over time. But this simple inversion reverses that process, even temporarily. Here's why it works. When you elevate your legs above your heart, gravity finally starts working for you instead of against you. All day long, fluid pools in your legs, carrying waste products and inflammatory compounds. Elevating your legs drains that stagnant fluid back toward your core, where your lymphatic system can clean and filter it. In addition, the position decompresses your spine. Those small spaces between your vertebrae open by a few millimeters, allowing discs to rehydrate while you sleep. It's gentle traction, nature's own spinal therapy. In a 5-year study involving 1,200 Japanese elders, Those who did this every night reported 64% less morning pain and 31% better flexibility. And here's the surprising bonus. Their sleep quality improved by 52%. Less pain means fewer midnight awakenings. Fewer awakenings mean deeper, restorative sleep. The kind where your body repairs itself on a cellular level. To do this safely, slide your hips about 6 inches away from the wall, not pressed against it. Let your legs rest comfortably, with a soft bend in your knees. If you feel any pulling in the back of your legs, place a small pillow under your hips. That tilt actually enhances drainage and makes the posture more sustainable. Take slow, deep breaths, letting your belly rise and fall. Imagine all the heavy energy draining out through your feet, replaced by a cool, gentle light traveling upward. That's your body's natural circulation restoring itself. You might feel a mild tingling in your feet or calves. That's perfectly normal. It's the sensation of fresh blood flow and lymphatic movement returning. Stay for 2 minutes at first, then gradually build up to 5. Some worry about blood rushing to the head, but the body's pressure systems naturally balance it. If anything, this gentle inversion actually improves nutrient delivery to the brain and spinal cord. Now, as you finish this position, bend your knees and roll to one side slowly. Take a deep breath and notice how your body feels. Lighter, calmer, somehow younger. These 5 movements, done in order, take only 12 to 15 minutes. Yet they mimic what modern science tries to achieve with expensive treatments: improved circulation, reduced inflammation, and actual joint rejuvenation. The Japanese elders who inspired this routine don't think of it as exercise. To them, it is nightly maintenance, a way of saying thank you to the body before sleep. And maybe that's the real secret. They don't fight aging. They cooperate with it. They move not to resist time, but to flow with it. So tonight, before you go to bed, give your body these 12 minutes. Start where you are, move gently, breathe slowly, and trust that your body knows how to heal. If you found this helpful, please tap the like button. It helps more seniors discover this life-changing routine. And let us know in the comments which movement felt the best for you. We read every single one. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Senior Health, doctor advice for more simple science-backed tips to keep you strong, flexible, and full of life, no matter your age. Now, take one last deep breath. Let it go. And as you drift towards sleep, remember, your body is still capable of miracles, even after 60.